Hello, happy Tuesday afternoon. Welcome to the Stampin' for Fun Facebook page. Every Tuesday afternoon around 2 p.m. Eastern, I love to hop on live, share some stamping, share some chatter, connect a little bit, and it's just my way of sharing stamping happiness with you. So I love to share different projects, different activities that are going on in my crafty world, and of course invite you to enjoy with me. I love to do it together with you. So for me, Stampin' is not a solo activity, it's a social activity. So even having you guys tune in today is always more fun than talking to myself. So yay, we have our friends joining us. Hi Sylvia, hi Kathy. Hi, Katerina. Oh, great. Betty's on. Okay, we've got lots of friends. Welcome. So sorry I'm a few minutes late. You would not believe what happened. It's a very sad moment. I think my light died. And I don't know, like literally just recently, I don't know when, maybe it was the last ladies retreat day or a Team S.T.I.C meeting or something. Somebody mentioned about like replacing the light in their replacing the bulb in their light, and it had never occurred to me that my precious light would die. I'm like, what? I guess it makes sense, like eventually all bulbs burn out, but I guess in my mind I thought my light that I love so dearly would live forever. So yeah, just on yesterday's, I think it was yesterday's technique class, my light kind of went funny and I kind of fiddled with the wires and it came back. And then just now when I was getting ready for this Facebook Live, dead again. And I was like, oh no. So I had to get my other light. I brought it over because, you know, I don't know if you guys know, but there's a big shadow if I don't turn on that light, and I have to turn off the overhead light when I'm demonstrating. So yeah, okay, Pat, it was you. So I don't know whether there's a way to replace the light bulb, or do I just have to throw out the whole lamp? I mean, it's a very expensive lamp. I got it from Costco, I think. So I'm going to have to look into it. Like, I can't see if there's a way to unscrew it to replace the bulb. I'm not sure. Okay, so anyway, that'll be, you know what, I'm gonna send that off to Kevin. Kevin loves to shop. So whereas I hate shopping, like the whole researching, it's all very stressful. So I will get Kevin to research if my light can be fixed or whether I need to go buy another one, another trip to Costco into the crazy Costco world. Google it. Yeah, I think I'll have to do that. Anyway, enough of that chatter. How's everybody doing? Oh, I guess so. The light people might know, but anyway, there's a whole other story. I just always have a lot of like trepidation about contacting companies, about things that aren't working. Like, me, okay. Sorry, I hope my Facebook Live is still going here. Because, okay, total aside, maybe you guys know what to do about this too, is I used up my Aeroplan points. You know how you can collect points on your credit card? And I had an Aeroplan Visa. And so when the pandemic hit, I don't know, I was just like, I'm not going to be traveling. So I just like tried to redeem all my points. I had so many points and I redeemed it for like a $500 MasterCard, you know, prepaid credit card thing. So it comes and I actually gave it to Kevin. I said, okay, when you go to Costco, buy me some stamps. And he went to try to use it and it didn't work. They didn't load it. They didn't load the card with the $500. And like for months now, I've been emailing Aeroplan. So this has nothing to do with stamping. I guess it's just a chatting time that we're having right now. So I don't know what to do about that either. So hence, I'm afraid to contact Light directly because my assumption is they're not going to get back to me. I just don't have good success with dealing with the company directly. So maybe I'll just buy a new lamp. Like to me, it's all not worth it. Maybe I'll just buy a new lamp. But anyway, if there's a way to get away and get a light bulb for it, maybe that'll be the issue. Anyway, welcome. Hi, Florence from Alberta. Okay, so we've got some friends joining us. I am excited today because One reason is that it's my son's birthday. So we're going to have takeout tonight. I don't have to cook. No one has to cook. It's a special day. So we're going to have takeout. My son gets to choose. So that's the big mystery of the day, is what is Nathaniel going to choose for dinner? So it's kind of funny because it's his choice. I'm just reading the comments. Katerina says I have to follow up with Airplan so I can get my proper gift card fixed, and then I can buy my new lamp with it. Smart thinking. So I don't have to deal with two companies, just deal with one. But it's kind of funny in our family because the person whose birthday it is gets to choose. They get to choose. It is their right to choose what they like. Normally we go out to a restaurant, but you know, pandemic, so we'll just take out. But everybody's like, you know, my daughter, she likes Asian noodles type of thing. She's like, why don't you choose Chef Papa? Like everybody's like putting these little things into Nathaniel's mind, but really it's self-serving. Because I'm like, because I don't really like Chinese food. So I'm like, how about Joey's Markville, you know? So it's kind of funny. Anyway, Nathaniel's like, no, I'm going to choose. But we are now 2:11 now, 2:11 p.m. We still don't know what Nathaniel's going to choose for his birthday. We shall see. Okay, the second reason I'm excited is because I am continuing on with the product of the month. If you are new and you haven't checked out my Facebook Live videos before, each month I pick a product that I showcase all month or that I use all month in my projects just to show different ways to use that one product. So if you're new this month, we have been doing the Love You Always foil sheets. So, I should have gotten the samples. I'll run and get them after. The things that we made so far this month. So I'm excited about today's project. It is simple yet satisfying. That's how I like to describe it. So we'll do that. And maybe I'll be able to share just a reminder. Other news on the Stampin' for Fun front is that I think tomorrow is the day when Stampin' Up will reveal the last chance list. So our annual catalog, the big fat annual catalog, is going to be retiring. There's going to be a brand new annual catalog coming out May the 4th, going live May the 4th. So if you guys are on my newsletter list, you will have read this. Number one, if you want a new annual catalog from me, you have to let me know, because I don't want to send out to people who don't want one, or I don't want to, not send you one if you want one. So you just have to register. I'm going to flip my table over because I'm going to write the website. I've got like a link that you can go to request your catalog. So let's flip around here and you'll be able to see my table. Here we go. Okay, so there's my table. Let me flick off the overhead light to try and get rid of the shadow. I was supposed to dig out my glasses. Yesterday for technique class, I was like, oh no, I need my glasses, and I couldn't find them. Okay, but I have them now. Then I can read your comments at the same time as stamping here. Okay, so the link to go to now, if you want to request a catalog, and the other big thing I want you guys to do is to sign up for April classes, okay? Because I suddenly realized this morning, with the retiring list coming out tomorrow, it goes crazy. Like, it's just like, I don't know. I'm just worried that things are going to go crazy tomorrow, because once Stampin' Up releases what is last chance, everything that's last chance becomes while supplies last. And so it's a little crazy, because people will suddenly be like, oh no, that stamp set was on my list and I haven't gotten it yet and it's going to retire, and they want to order it, and that's fine. But because I'm preparing for my April classes, for example, the Ladies Retreat Day, which I encourage all of you to join in on, is like a full day event, and you get a goodie bag, and I had already picked what's going to be in the goodie bag, and I'm like, oh no, what if the things in the goodie bag are last chance or retiring? So I'd love it if you register for April classes, because I'm going to put it in order tonight before that list releases tomorrow, so that, because once the craziness starts, I can't stop it. I can't stop it. If things sell out and then, I don't know. I mean, it's not the end of the world, right? Maybe for the ladies retreat, if you sign up later, your goodie bag might look a little different from someone else's, from the ones that registered earlier. I don't know. We'll work it out. It's not like a massive crisis considering the state of the world and things that do count as massive crises. So I don't want to, I don't want to make it sound worse than it is, but it would be super helpful for me if you register for your April classes ahead of time and try to register today. That would be super. We've got the ladies retreat day. We've got sweet and simple card class. We've got technique class. We've got the snailed it stamp a stack. We have the something else. Sweet and simple, snailed it, ladies retreat. Okay, so let me show you a couple of samples if I have them here. And then, okay, so here's a little sneak peek of the snailed it class for you. Okay, and so you'll get to make 8 cards using the adorable Snailed It stamp set. And the stamp set is included if you don't have it. If you already have it, just pick a different stamp set, equal value, to be included in your class. And then the ladies retreat day is going to be themed around the wonderful In Bloom stamp set. So I'll be doing lots of die cutting to get all these pieces ready, because you'll get 4 make and takes as part of the ladies retreat day, and you'll get 2 pillow gifts and a goodie bag, and you will also get an exclusive Zoom room. So all day you craft to your heart's content, but it's better than crafting alone. It's better to craft with the ladies retreat day people, because you get inspiration from what they're making. And it's just a fun day. So sign up for that. That's $50, and add $15 if you need the shipping, but it all gets put in a nice box for you. Okay, so that's a couple of sneak peeks. And then I don't have my technique cards for April ready, but just to give you an idea, at technique class, we always do something different, a little special. So this past technique class, which was last night, we did like a faux quilt card. Isn't that fun? It almost does look like a quilt there. And this is called a slimline card. See how it's like a different shape? So technique class, we always do something different. It's not the same. And we did some starburst cards. This one on the left was inspired by my friend Leanne Graff using the Artistry Blooms DSP. Okay, so we just did that last night. I'm hoping for the April technique class we'll do some fancy folds, so I hope you can join in for that. Okay, now, as I mentioned, I love connecting with you, so don't be shy to comment. I love to read your comments, and each week I do a drawing for anybody who commented or shared. Now, if you share, you have to kind of comment that you shared the video, because the way Facebook is, sometimes I can't see exactly who shared. So make sure you let me know, and then I can enter you into the drawing. So last week's winner was Debbie S. So I will be sending you a little gift. Okay? So keep commenting. I love seeing what you say. I love going back and reading it. But this month I've been focusing all month on the Love You Always foil paper. And let me grab it here so that you can kind of see. The Love You Always foil paper, I bought it right away because I am a huge fan of pink. So let me show you some of the colors. There's like 3 different colors of foil in the Love You Always foil pack there. Okay, so can you see the different colors? There's like a sort of champagne-y colors. Okay, and then there's like kind of a rose gold kind of color. And then we've got kind of the pink color. Can you see how shiny these foil papers are? It's like a mirror. It's so reflective. It gives some nice kind of bling to your projects. Okay, so I've been focusing on that all month. So this one was project 1 that we did in the first week of March. I showed how you can use the foil paper with our foam adhesive sheets and die cutting. Okay, and then I think this was week 2 where I showed how you could use the Love You Always foil paper and emboss it. Okay, and using our early release Butterfly Brilliance stamp set there. Okay, so, and then last week, I was so excited, I did a scrapbook page. Hopefully you remember, was it last week? Yeah, I think it was last week that we did the scrapbook page, right? So have we done 3 weeks now? Okay, and you can see how you can even use the foil paper for some intricate die cutting there. So this week, we're still going to use that Love You Always foil paper. But we're going to make something sweet yet satisfying, simple yet satisfying. I love, you know, you've heard me say before, if you're new to crafting, new to card making and paper crafting, I like to use the acronym SIP, S-I-P, okay? And so, S stands for stamps, I stands for ink, P stands for paper. So if you're just getting started, that's what you keep in mind when you go shopping. And if you want to shop, just head to the site here. There'll be a link directly to my online store. And I have a March online shopping special. You'll actually get a sampling of the foil paper, 6x6 sampling of all the colors of the foil paper when you place a minimum $50 order on my store. Plus, if your order is $100 or more, you'll get a, I'm just showing it, it's thick, but it's all virtual, like a 12 different tutorials using the Sand and Sea Suite. Okay, so let's get started crafting. I'm going to use Misty Moonlight for our card base today. This was originally an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock. I cut it in half at the 4 1/4 mark. Okay, and then we'll score it at 5 1/2. That's going to give us our card base. Okay, so I love our little trimmer because it's light, it's portable, but it's also got a cutting blade and a scoring blade. So that's really, really handy. Okay, so we'll use that, and then I'm going to cut a white layer on top. So I'm going to use basic white, and don't be shy to ask any questions if you're unsure what I'm doing here, or no question is a dumb question. I love to answer questions, so make sure to ask. Okay, so I'm going to cut this paper at 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. Okay. There we go. Put this away. And then, so this is a great, I like to just do like often a 1/4 inch layer is always, you know, when you're kind of going down a 1/4 inch, it just gives a nice border there. And then I thought, who else is with me and is super excited about spring? Go ahead and tell me how excited you are, because I'm literally very excited. I've been getting out for walks. So it just kind of reminded me about our beautiful Flowers for Every Season designer series paper. So many beautiful paper and designs in this pack here. This is just a sampling. And it's probably going to be retiring. So make sure you shop before things disappear. Yeah, just with the nice weather and everything, it got me thinking about these Flowers for Every Season papers. And I thought, let's use it today. Hi, Leslie. So I'm using this design here. It's got some nice pinks, and I thought that might also kind of work nicely with our foil, Love You Always foil sheets. So I'm going to trim it maybe at about 3/4 inch. Okay, so I'm just, nope. That's not what I want. I want 1.5 inches. Sorry, it's the foil sheet that I want to cut at 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so I'm going to cut at 1.5. Hopefully I'm okay. Let's try that. Okay, 1.5 inches. It is a great day for a walk or a bike ride. Oh, good. I'm so glad, Gail, you're walking lots. Yeah, I know. I'm actually, like, last summer was the first summer I kind of got, I don't know whether excited is the word, but I did enjoy some bike riding. I really hadn't done too much bike riding since I was in university, and that was like my mode of transportation when I lived in Kingston, as a student. But yeah, during the pandemic in the summer, I did bike riding. It was kind of a safe activity to do with friends, so I'm kind of looking forward to getting back on my bike. Okay, so I'm just going to I'm not going to glue it down yet, but I'm just putting a strip 1.5 inches by 5.25 inches of this Flowers for Every Season DSP. There's a nice pattern on the back too, but I kind of wanted a touch of that pink so that it would go with our product of the month, which is these Love You Always foil sheets. Okay, so I've used all the different, I used the kind of rosy pink one, I used the champagne one, so I thought this week was time to use this hot pink one. Let me see, I think I already cut like a strip, so let's do that. I'm going to just take a little strip here, okay, and I'm going to cut it also at 3/4 inch by 5.25. Okay, and so I think what we can do is just layer it behind. So I'm keeping it simple because I showed you how we can die cut the foil, we can emboss the foil, and today we're just going to use the foil as a bit of an accent piece. Okay, so let's stick that down. Where's my seal adhesive? Oh, here it is. Okay. So let's do that. I like to use this silicone mat under my, sometimes when I'm gluing things, so that I don't get, sometimes when I want just the edge of something, right? And then if I had been doing this on here, then the adhesive would kind of get all stuck to the paper, but the silicone mat really helps. There. Okay, and then I'm just gonna kind of put like a little border on. That's what I'm doing. Trying to be straight, and I can't even have an excuse because I am wearing my glasses, so. Oh, is my trim? Yeah, that's the protective cover. Apparently there's a protective cover. I didn't know that. I mean, obviously I started noticing when it started bubbling up, see? So when you get your trimmer, for those of you who have purchased a trimmer, you can just peel off the cover. You don't really need it. But this has been on there forever. Okay, there you go. In case you thought there was something defective about my trimmer. No, I was just lazy. I didn't take off the protective cover. I just used it. Anyway, thank you, Jennifer, for pointing that out. Okay, so there we go. Oh, I was a little bit off. You can see what I did here. Whoops. I didn't quite line it up perfectly, so it's going to be a little bit off, but it's okay. What good is perfection? It's unrealistic, I tell you. Okay, so we'll just stick this DSP right across the edge there. Oh, it bugs me. That little bit is off, but anyway. Okay. There we go. So we've got a little border there. Oh, we got some glue. Remember I told you to be careful about the glue on the foil paper. I didn't think of that. I'm going to trim this little bit off where I messed up. And just let me get this little overhang off. It's kind of bugging me. Okay. There we go. So I think we can stick that on there. I need to clean my silicone mat is what it is. There's so much glue on it. So in case you're wondering how you clean the silicone mat, I don't do anything special. I literally just peel all these pieces off. Okay, there we go. So I chose the Misty Moonlight as the card base simply because this designer series paper has all the different in colors: Bumblebee, Magenta Madness, Misty Moonlight. So I thought having the Misty Moonlight card base would be nice. Okay, and then I already pre-die cut. This is from our rectangle stitched framelits. But of course, if you don't have a cut and emboss machine or the die cuts, you could just cut a square. I'll tell you the size of it for those of you. I know sometimes some of you like to craft along. So I'll tell you the measurement of it if you're cutting it. It is about 2¼ inches by 3 5/8. Okay, 2¼ inches by 3 5/8. And I'm going to put just a little border around. I'm going to use our nice foil paper again. This time I'm going to try not to get glue on it. Okay, and I'm going to use it as a border. So we have, so I'm just going 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to try to go 1/8 of an inch wider. So instead of 2 1/4, I'm just going to go 1/8 of an inch wider than that. And what did I say it was? 3 5/8. So I'm going to try 3 3/4 here. Let's see if I got it right to get a nice border there. Perfect. I think that'll work out just fine. Okay, so I just use the rectangle stitched framelits because I like having that little detail of the stitching on the side. But if you don't have that, you could just cut a piece of white. Okay, so see how I'm using the foil paper this time just as sort of an accent? It just gives an extra little accent, okay? So let's do some stamping. Okay, today I'm going to use the prized Peony stamp set, which I love. You'll see when I stamp it why I love it so much. I mean, these flowers, I think, is this called a distinctive set? I don't know, but it looks so realistic when you stamp it. And this is trademark Stampin' Up, I think, when you get all those nice details in the stamped image. So I'm going to take a scrap piece of paper here. And then I'm going to stamp this lovely peony in one of the in colors in Magenta Madness. And then just look how gorgeous this stamp is. I love it. Just going to tap it and stamp it. See that? Crisp, clean. It's got the shadowing, the details all built into just one stamp. All you have to do is just get the stamp, tap it in there, and stamp straight down, straight up with a firm pressure, and you have this gorgeous image. I love it. It makes me so happy. Okay, and so don't forget, if there's things that you want to purchase, make sure you're on my newsletter list. You can register. Whoa, website has disappeared. Register right here on this website. You can register to be on my email list, because tomorrow, as soon as I know, I'll send you the retiring list, and you can see if what's on sale, what's retiring, all that jazz. Okay, but remember, if you do shop online, I have that extra online shopping offer of the free foil paper. Okay, so the peony stamps have coordinating dies. La 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 la, so happy. So I'm going to just take that coordinating die, and I can cut that peony off and get it right there. I mean, I could fussy cut, but it's not as awesome as if I die cut it. So let's bring this over. Okay, and then all I have to do is just match up the die with the image here. Of course, now I can't get it matched up. Not doing a very good job. It was perfect before. Here we go. Okay, so I think we've got it lined up. And what happens is underneath this sort of die, there's a blade. So as I'm rolling it through here, it will push it down, and it will cut. It'll make a perfect cut. So let's roll that through. This is such a beautiful stamp set. Okay, ta-da! Our fussy cut peony all set. So we are going to use that on our project today. And then, of course, I want to put a little sentiment. So I think I'm going to use maybe your friendship refreshes the soul, but there's other lovely sayings on there. Oh, maybe I already got ahead of myself. Almost outsmarted myself. I'm going to stamp that, and I'll just stick with the colors I've been using. I'll use the Misty Moonlight to coordinate with the cardstock. And you'll know, you guys probably already know, but when you buy the 5 in-color ink pads together, you save 10%. So it's a good way to get the in-colors. Okay, there we go. So let's stick that on here. And sorry, I'm going to have to stick my head underneath here to try to line it up. There we go. And we'll put our peony down here. My sentiment looks a tiny bit crooked, but... Oh, Deb, I just saw you logged on. I think you came late. You missed the excitement that you won the drawing from last week. So I'm going to send a little prize in the mail to you. So you can keep your eyes peeled. Look for some happy mail. Okay, those of you just joining in, make sure that you're commenting and sharing as well, and then I can enter you in next week's draw. Oh, good. Maybe I can... Not quite. I've got this little glue piece here. It's bugging me. I was wondering if I could cover it up with my flower, but not quite. It's okay. There we go. Okay, so there's our card. I did kind of wonder whether I should be putting something up here. I don't know what, though. I was like, should I put a bow? But I didn't want to take away from this. So I thought, like, what about the gems that match, the elegant faceted gems that match with that stamp set? I could put a couple of those, I think. Oh, hi, May. Long time no see. How's your new doggy? I heard you got a doggy, May. Okay. Right, we could just put a couple of gems up there to finish off the card. Okay, so this is another way. I'm going to close this ink pad. I have this fear I'm going to stick my elbow right in it. So there is another way to use the Love You Always foil sheets. So we've done 4 weeks, but I heard that there's 5 weeks in Tuesday, so I'm not worried. I'm going to get one more bonus week to play around with the Love You Always foil sheets. Okay, but these are all the different projects that I've done all month using the foil sheets. So don't forget, if you want a sampling of the foil sheets, you can get a sampling free this month. It's my March online shopping special. Just place an order online, minimum $50, and I will send you a little sampling of these gorgeous foil sheets for free as a thank you for your online order. Okay, so usually at the end of the month or the beginning of the next month, I'll just look at my orders and cut up the paper and pop them in the mail for you. Okay, so if you want to shop, if you want to sign up for upcoming classes, if you want to request a catalog for the new catalog, you can do that all through this link here, this Linktree/Stampin' for Fun. Just remember there's a dot between the R and the E for Linktree. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed today's project. I hope you're inspired to just do some SIP stamping, SIP stamping, stamps, ink, and paper. Okay, and then I got to show you how to use that fun foil paper. So let's flip this around and see. I hope I haven't missed anything. I saw, Kathy, your question. I will have to go to my computer and check. It's funny, when I was looking at the computer, Kathy, I was like, oh, I have to check for Kathy about the Sand and Sea embossing folder, whether it is available yet. But then I forgot because I was totaling up all the people who commented and doing the draw for the names. So I will do that, Kathy, and let you know. Any other questions? I hope you guys liked the projects today. And keep commenting, even if you're watching the replay. I love to hear from you. And I've heard from some people that, you know, just learned about Stampin' Up, and that way I can make sure that I help you if you're new with the products. But each week, if you tune in here each week, for sure you're going to learn something new each time. Okay, I love to connect with you Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday at 2. Thanks for popping in. Bye for now.